Hello to whoever is watching this video. This is my POE part 1. We are building a chat application, and as you can see on the screen, this is my program which is called POE Login. I will just be taking you through my program, and then I will just run it to show that it does run successfully. This program is a Java-based login and registration system. It allows the user to enter their details, validates the input based on specific rules, and then allows them to log in using those details. I used object-oriented programming by creating a login class. This helps separate the logic from the main program and makes the code more organized and reusable. The login class stores the user's details such as username, password, cell phone number, first name, and last name as private variables. Keeping them private is important because it supports encapsulation and protects the data. I used a constructor to initialize the object with user details when it is created, so all the data is available for validation and logging. I will just be going through my validation, beginning with the username. The username validation checks that the username contains an underscore and is no more than 5 characters long. This ensures the username follows a specific format required by the system. The password validation is more complex. It checks that the password is at least 8 characters long and contains both a capital letter and a number. I used a loop to go through each character and check these conditions using built-in methods. This improves security by preventing weak passwords. And then for my cell phone, the cell phone number is validated using a regular expression. It ensures the number starts with +27, which is the South African International Code, and is followed by exactly 9 digits. Using regex makes the validation more efficient and precise. I will now just take you through my login method, which is very important. The login method compares the entered username and password with the stored values using the equals method. If they match, it returns a personalized welcome message, which will then include the user's first name and last name. If not, it returns an error message. And then onto my main method. In the main method, I use the scanner to collect input from the user. The program first performs registration and validation, then allows the user to log in. I am then just gonna run my program to show that it does run successfully. It will just require me to enter my information. So as you can see, it does first begin with registration, so I will just be entering my first name and then my last name, and then it does ask me to create a username. And remember, the username needs to meet the specific requirements, which is that it needs to contain an underscore and it must not be more than 5 characters long. So I am just creating that. And then onto my password. For my password, it needs to be at least 8 characters long and contain both a capital letter and a number. And then it will ask for the cell phone number, as we said, which does need to contain the +27, which is South Africa's international code. And then I am just going to add a random number. So it needs to have the South African international. As you can see, it does say that everything has been captured successfully. There were no errors. And then it uses that information to then ask for your login information to check that it is the same as the registration information you entered. So I will once again just enter my username that I created and then my password. and then as you can see, it does then write the specialized message, as it does see that all the information is correct. So as you can see, welcome Tandula Sangweni, it is great to see you again. And then we were asked to create a test for our program, a test class. And then as you can see, this is the test. I am just gonna run it as well, so as proof that everything is correct and all the tests are passed. So it is just scanning, and as you see, all the tests were passed, there were no failures. And that concludes my video. Thank you so much for watching.